Hiya folks, welcome to Hockenheim and we're in the SR10, so let's get on with the fast lap. Right, and with that done and dusted, let me show you this. So, info tab for you, the setup is identical to Hockenheim, which is what the fixed series follows, and we got moderate usage of 45%, which is what I always use. Track temp, quite toasty, 102 Fahrenheit, so be careful with those rear tyres. They do get a little bit warm coming out the hairpin, but the lap I'm actually going to show you is not my fastest lap, because I think I had an off track, or was it lap 5? It's one of those two anyway. It's a 133.3, either a 8 or 4.5, so a couple of hundredths off either way. It's one of them two. One of them had an off track, one of them counted. I think it was 6, so I'm showing you 5, or it was 5 and I'm showing you 6. Anyway, I'd gloss over one of those two laps. One thing I would be cautious with is heavy braking zone into turn 2 and down at the hairpin. Be very, very careful with the rear end stepping out and kind of trying to overtake you. So I did up the brake bias to about 55 and a half. So give it a bit of practice and see what you think. Try and stop that rear end from under rotating on the downshifts as well. Otherwise, I'd like to show you my Discord, the OLAP, BLAP telemetry replay file, and also a little screenshot of the sector time so you can see exactly where you might be losing time and where to improve. Otherwise, I think that's everything done and dusted. Let's get on with the breakdown now. Right, then here we go at the Hockenheim ring, and it is quite fun around here, but you do have to be absolutely really careful around here. So just after we pass the 100-meter board with our rear of the car, we're braking down into 4th gear. Now I'm going to pause it again here. You want to get about that close to that red sausage curve. Any closer and you start hitting it. Use all of this extra curve, but make sure you don't use too much of that green curve because there is an off track out there, so be mindful of that. So coming down into turn 2 now, be careful of dive bombs down here, but the orange bit on the left hand side of the barrier is our braking point. Brake in a nice heavy straight line, and again you want to get close to this red sausage curve, but you do not want to hit it. Compromise this exit because you want to get on full throttle as soon as you can before this massive long straight. This little kink here is absolutely flat out, don't worry about it. And now go away and have a cup of tea because this straight is huge. Try and keep to the left hand side here. Try and keep steering angle to a minimum. Don't want to scrub that top speed off, but slipstream is definitely going to be a thing around here. I'll be very surprised if there isn't a few dive bombs into this corner. So 150 board just after it, but before the curbing. Brake in a nice heavy straight line. This is where I was locking the rears a lot, so if you're spinning out under braking, move that brake bar slightly forward to prevent that. Really slow the car down 30 miles an hour around this corner. Slowest I've ever been, honest. And yeah, get a nice smooth exit out the corner. Be careful of the first gear around there. It is very twitchy with wheel spin. This corner is absolutely flat out, so just turn in at the start of the curb on the left hand side. Be careful on cold tyres, can be a little bit snaggy as well through there. But we're coming over and we're braking just at the start of this curbing on the right hand side. Yes, right hand side. Brake all the way out to the right hand side of the curb, and look at me counter steering the rear end, trying to keep it under control. And again, they're on power, so be super careful and watch out for tyre temps, particularly at the rear end. I think that was more tyre temps there, going a little bit high at the rear end and catch us out. Big lift for this corner. Be very cautious here through cold tyres on the first few laps. You do tend to understeer wide as well, so watch that red sausage curb. Tree on the left hand side, best braking point I can find for that one, so stand on the brakes, coast the car in all the way in. You can take more curb than this. I haven't found the radical bottoms out there, so by all means use it. Be careful about running too far wide there, so you can hit that gravel trap. Braking point for this one is probably the 100-meter board if there was one, but way before the 50. Down into second gear, nice sort of mid to late apex. I take loads of curve through here just because I think it helps rotate the car. Get on power, short shift in third, full power, and I do use some of this exit curb here. Be careful because the radical can spin out on there. Coming through these S's now, it's absolutely flat out, but we're looking for this service road as we pass it on the right-hand side. Brake all the way out to the left-hand side of the track and be careful of the rear end trying to overtake you again. These two corners are all about being patient, absolutely crucial through here. So nice and easy and casual with the lines. Turning for the last corner, loads of curve for this one, and I do get on full throttle a touch too early here because I make use of all the curb, I'll put it that way. But yeah, blast for the line now, and that is us done and dusted. Those two corners at the end, be very cautious about the rear end stepping out. Very easy to do, but that is us across the line in a 1:33.345. I do like Hockenheim, and it did suit the Radical quite well, so fingers crossed for some good racing. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you on the next one.